So, last broadcast was super long, but it was very valuable information for those of you that either hate when people tell you to be positive and optimistic when you're going through a struggle, or you don't understand what it truly means to think positive and optimistically. And so you get into this spiral of thinking that stops you from moving forward. What I shared in last broadcast was a couple of notes that's going to be able to help you to learn how to truly honor the space that you're in where you may not feel very well, but still be able to predominantly be a more positive and optimistic person, because that's truly what's going to help you to move forward, to live in the life that you want, to move past problems and obstacles with more ease. So it was a pretty long one. So today I'm going to be talking about how to be more productive with less effort, but I'm only going to spend a little bit of time touching on this. If you would like me to do a more in-depth lesson on productivity, I could totally do that in my brand new Facebook group. Like once a month, I do a mini masterclass on a topic that is more tactical so that you can be a better leader, not only in your professional life, but also the things that I teach you translate to your personal life. So if you feel like you struggle with productivity, then comment or below or wherever you're watching this and let me know if you would like me to do a whole lesson on that, and we'll do it in the Facebook group. And by the way, if you haven't joined the Facebook group, you need to join. That is where you get a lot of tactical information. So for those of you that really need to know, what do I need to do to be a better leader? So I teach you, I'm number one, focus on who you need to become to be a better leader, but I also teach you what you need to do. And so there's past lessons on how to communicate better with your team, how to think more strategically, how to make better decisions. So the replays for that are in the Facebook group. So I will leave information for you to be able to join the Facebook group. Okay, so let's get into today's little tip for how to be more productive with less effort. And you probably are going to get mad at me, but it's true. What I'm going to tell you is true. Um, if you talk to anybody that is actually crushing it and is being productive, but that seems like they are in flow and ease and they're not as stressed out as you, there's a couple things going on. The first thing is going on is that there's three. Let's talk about three. Ooh, another one just came to mind. I need to write these down so I don't forget to tell you. So the first thing that's going on is delegation. The second thing that's going on is simplification. And the last thing that's going on is focus. Okay. So let's talk about delegation, because there's some of you that feel like you have to do everything because either it's not going to get done right or you just have a problem asking for help. And it's not going to do you any favors to spend a lot of your energy, your time, and attention on things that, yes, they need to get done. And yes, they're part of your responsibility and accountability. However, there's somebody that might be better, more suited, more qualified, have more energy, or that can help you to do some of the things that you have on your plate. So I'm going to talk about something simplistic like cleaning your house. There nowadays are so many deals and things that you can do to get somebody to help you to straighten up your house, to clean your house, to send you food so you don't have to go grocery shopping, to do all of the things. Yet you continue to spend an hour, or what, 15 minutes driving to the store, an hour walking around the store, 15 minutes driving home. That's an hour and a half that you don't have to do if you learn how to prioritize your time and only do the things that are important to move the needle, and then delegate out tasks that other people can do, especially if they are more low impact tasks that, again, other people can do better than you. Cleaning your house. A lot of people think that hiring somebody to help you out to clean your house is expensive, and it's really not. It's amazing to me when I see people cleaning their own house just because they can clean their own house. Just because you can, if you are someone that's busy in a chaotic environment, leading people during stressful times, then at that time, maybe you are not the person that should be cleaning your house. So that might be a time where somebody that likes to clean, wants to clean, or needs that opportunity to be able to have that job to put food on their family's table to be able to come in and to help you. So, the first thing I'm going to say is delegation. People that are more productive with less effort are not doing everything on their own. That is the quickest way to get burned out. And I'm not, so I talked about not being able to ask for help, lack of boundaries. Another reason why people just seem to want to do all the things is because they think that they have something to prove. Maybe you think you have something to prove and you think that because you have low self-esteem, low confidence in yourself, that other people feel the same way about you that you feel about yourself. And so you feel like you constantly are going above and beyond doing things that you don't have to do, plus the things you should be, doing things you don't have to do just because you feel like you need to prove yourself and your own false sense of and your warped sense of security. So that's the first thing. The second thing that helps you to be more productive with less effort is simplification. So delegation is like the stuff still has to get done, and so you get help getting those things done. Simplification is a lot of the time, if you have heard about the 80-20 rule, then you know that 80% of the time that you are spending in your life is probably not as impactful as you think it is. 80% of the tasks you're doing, 80% of your hours spent in a day. So if you could really sit down and think about the things that actually have to get done, or the things that are the most impactful to yourself, to your team, to your family, and spend your time and attention on that, the 20% of the things that are really working, really moving the needle, and see if you can eliminate as much of the 80% of the BS as you could. You're going to find that not only is your team running better, they're getting what you need. You're not expending a lot of effort and a lot of work because you're actually doing things that matter. And usually the things that matter are a lot easier to do in the long run. They make the biggest impact. They make things run smoothly. So it actually makes your job a lot easier. So think about ways that you could simplify. How could you get rid of the things in your life that don't move the needle? Let me see if I could come up with an example of how I have used this. So I'm a business owner, right? um, so I could spend a lot of time on social media. I could spend a lot of time tweaking my website, which I don't even, for this pivot, I haven't even created a website yet and still been doing great. But you spend all of your time studying, doing business courses. But actually, if you're trying to grow a business, what's going to put food on the table? What's going to bring business in so that you can become a thriving, successful business? That's getting contracts, that's getting clients. And so if it's much more, when you look at the activities that you do in the day, what you're going to find is there's some things that bring you a lot of clients or a lot of energy or a lot of engagement, and there's some things that don't. And so you need to then focus on those things that are more successful for you, and not focus on things that aren't. For instance, when I pivoted over to this business, we're led to believe that we should spend a lot of time on our social media and all of the things, when in all actuality, the things that have been most successful for this particular pivot in my business is actually meeting people in an old-fashioned way. I have speaking engagements, like for 2023, we're going to be traveling. So speaking engagements, getting out, networking with people, sending proposals and emails, letting people know who I am, that type of thing. Social media, while I'm here, while I'm giving you all this information, is not the most lucrative thing in my business. So it's not high on my priority list. I just do it because I like doing it. But if I really wanted to simplify, I would spend most of my time out networking and applying for speaking opportunities and doing all those things, because that is what grows my business. So you don't have to be a business owner to do this. Do a brutal, honest audit of your life and see where it is that you can simplify, where you can stop doing the things that don't really matter, where you can stop wasting time on things that don't matter. And the third thing that I want to share with you is focus. And this is just about, we can multitask when we need to, but the way that you collapse time is, when you start to do a project and maybe you didn't want to do it because it's a little hard, but once you start doing it, you get in the flow and you lose track of time. How much of your day can you create that type of feeling in the things that you're doing? And the more that you can do that is the more that you're going to be able to move with less effort, because in those moments of focus, you will find that you are much more productive with the least amount of effort because you've tapped into flow. And we could do a whole episode on flow. We could do a whole class on flow. So if you want that, comment below. So those are my 3 things that are going to help you to be more productive with less effort. All of these require you to do an audit of your time and attention and how you are spending it. And if you need a guideline, again, think about your day and think about the 80% of the things that you're doing that really don't matter. They really don't make things better. And if you can eliminate things, then start eliminating things. And don't be afraid to set boundaries. I've done that before. Nobody penalizes you for that. If you have 3,000 meetings a day, but you know you need to get something done, there is a way where you can stick your hand up and you can say, hey guys, I'm not going to be able to attend this meeting because my team needs this, my business needs this, I need to do this. Do I really need to be there, or can you take notes, or is there something that you need from me that I could present ahead of time? Use your adult words. You're a leader. You don't have to be all things to all people. Maybe 20% of the time that may not work, but about 80% of the time when I really feel like I need to claim space for myself, nobody questions it. They really don't. And I've worked in many different organizations, environments, many different roles, and I haven't seen that fail yet, unless it was something super urgent and they really needed me. So you need to learn how to take control of your time, your attention. You're a leader. You could do this. And if you need more tips, check out all the other broadcasts that I do, and I will talk to you in the next broadcast.